Alright, so we're here with Harvey Guillen from ABC Family Feud, which premiered last month. And you can watch it on Mondays at 9, 8 Central. So we're here today because you want to talk about Broadway musicals.
Yes.
So tell me, what are your favorite Broadway musicals and how did you get into theater?
Actually, a couple of my favorite musicals are Chicago, Wicked, Hairspray, and the funny thing is that 2 out of those 3 I'm working with people who are related to those musicals. This is awesome. Winnie Holzman, who wrote the book, the stage production of Wicked, is the writer on our show.
Oh my god.
And our producer. So that alone, I was like,
that's crazy.
And then Nikki Blonsky, who starred in the movie, is Wilhelmina in our show. So I think that was just like, wow, for me. Like when I booked the show, I was like, I get to work. Okay, yeah, okay. Thank you, everyone. I'm done. It was pretty awesome just finding out. But I got started doing musicals when I was really, really young. The first musical I saw was Annie on TV. It was one of those Christmas specials, you know, they show. Like America on 34th Street, and Annie would come on because there was that TV Christmas. And, you know, like that. So once I saw that, I was like, wow, people are on stage having fun, dressing up, singing and dancing. Where did I sign up? So I literally started right after that. My parents were fully supportive. You know, because that was a hobby. They were like, oh, you know, it's a hobby and whatnot. But, you know, when you get a little older and you're in high school, they were like, well, I don't know, you know, are you going to focus only on this? It's like, yep, I am. And so I kept focusing on that. And they were like, well, you believe in it, we believe in it, you know. So I did. And sometimes it's not always the case, but I'm really fortunate that I just kept with it. And it led to great things, you know, TV, film, commercials.
So do you think that you are the biggest Broadway fan amongst the cast?
I think I am, actually, but we have a very musical, I think I am the biggest fan.
Oh, you have a musical cast.
We have a musical cast because we have Nikki Blonsky who can sing, Haley, who's in her own band with her sister, and she's, you know, into music, so she's already a musical fan. We have Ari, who is a musical fiend. We have Ashley Holiday, who also learned musicals, Raven Goodwin. Everyone is pretty much, we'll be seeing Tia Tejada, who plays one of the trainers, Gina Torres from Firefly, from all our favorite shows. She is done shows. She's been a dream girl. She's been, you know, she sings songs, and I'm just like next to him, like, oh, you can sing all day, I can hear it. Just an amazing actress, just a great person, great soul, and just really wonderful musical cast. So we're looking forward to when and if we have our musical episode. So
oh my goodness,
yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're always pushing, and we're always like hinting at Savannah, Julie, who's an amazing writer and producer on the show. And she just says, I can hear you, and we tell Winnie, you know, we want it. And she's like, she goes, well, I hear you guys, so we can't have everything right away. She sounds like a fairy godmother, and I love her. So yeah, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. You know, season 2.
Do you like when musicals are turned into movies, and do you like when musicals that were originally filmed are turned into stage?
You know, when stage productions or stage musicals get turned into movies, there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing like watching live theater.
I agree.
You know, so when you're right in front of that person, you are going through a roller coaster of emotions. Not to say that you don't do that with film. There's something different because you're in front of a human being, not a screen. It's totally different. And it's the original form of entertainment, you know. So being on stage, you know, the arts, and it's just, I think it loses something when it transfers over to film, but it also gains a lot. Like, for example, Chicago. The stage version of Chicago, it has the same storyline, but it's very simple. It's very simplified. It's all, everyone's in black. Everyone, the orchestra's on stage, and that's it. There's no sets, there's no, you know, there's amazing dancing, but everyone's pretty much in black outfits and an orchestra on stage, and that's all you get. But if they had turned into a film, oh my gosh. I mean, the costumes in the film alone, you know, those 1920s, that roaring 20s, that era is just amazing. The backdrops, the buildings, that 1920s feel rusted on the back of the wall. You know what I mean? It's just like that amazing touch that only Hollywood can add when you make something into a stage production or a stage musical into a film, which is great, you know? So I think that has a lot of pros and cons, but I mean, I think it's better that we take something that's on stage and put it into film, because that makes more work and more jobs for other actors, you know? And like we can utilize more actors, and you know, everyone knows that there's tons of actors there who need jobs, you know. So
Yeah.
I think it's great we have jobs for actors on stage and jobs for actors on film and television. So let's just keep going, you know, and share the wealth. And so by doing that, we also reach a wider audience. I think, you know, not everyone can fly over to New York City and watch a production on Broadway. You know, so that's another reason why film is so amazing. You know, turning it into a film can reach everyone all over the world.
Oh, so what is your favorite era of musicals?
My favorite era of musicals is, I would have to say, well, my favorite decade would be the 20s.
Okay.
But really, that would only incorporate like Chicago. So just because that's time period and whatnot. But my favorite era would probably be.
You're a big Chicago fan.
Sorry?
You're a big Chicago fan.
Yeah, I'm a big Chicago fan. It would probably be like the early 60s, late 50s.
Okay.
You know, there was a lot of great stuff happening, watching Hammerstein, you know, and just stuff that was being made that would be forever known as classic. Just stuff like that, I think would be my favorite. You know, knowing that, living in that time where something new came out and, you know, if you lived in New York, just take the subway down and watch this amazing production, you know, just knowing that, I'll probably be like, yeah, I could dig that, you know.
Success of all these movie musicals in the past few years. Red Hairspray, Nine, most recently, I believe that was most recent. And now Glee on television. Do you think that? Well, first, do you like Glee?
I love Glee. I think it's great. It's very smart, and I think the reason it's so successful is because everyone likes to be entertained, and I think there's a lot of musical theater fans out there who are maybe positive musical theater fans, you know, but they tune in to watch Glee because those numbers are amazing and the storylines are great. Actually, one of my friends is in the recurring role in National Fame, and she says that it's just like, you know, it's hard work. They work, you know, 16-hour days, just like everyone else on television, but it's, they really believe in what they're doing, and I really appreciate that. You know, and I would love to do an episode of Glee, you know, I would love to be on that show, because musical theater is my background, you know, so that, actually when I saw that show, I was like, why did I know about it? So, watching, I want to be on Glee. But it's a great show, and I love it. I know a lot of friends of mine who are musical theater fans are just in love with the show, and I tune in just like everyone else, you know, it's a great show.
Now, do you have any last-minute things you want to say about your love for Broadway?
I just love musicals so much, and I think that everyone, you know, has to see it at least once.
There's a Broadway show for everyone, correct?
There is. There's a Broadway show for everyone. And you might have been jaded because you were forced to see a show if you were, you know, you didn't want to see it, and you're like, hey, musicals because I want to see it happening. I truly believe that there's a Broadway show for everyone. And if you support that show, the less thing you've done your art, I think to help with the art, because it's so important. And I love Broadway, and anytime I get a chance to support or help, I do. And I think that's just me and I as well, and I think a lot of great performers and actors could agree with it, you know, and they can say the same thing. And just because we're in Hollywood and we're doing television and we're doing TV shows and film and commercial stuff, it doesn't mean we don't appreciate where that craft originated, just on stage and having respect for it, you know. So that's what I want to say. And I want to be in every Broadway musical, so if you're watching this, I need to know.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time.